Once upon a time in Egypt, there was a pharaoh who had everything: wealth, power, and all the gold one could ever need. But he was deeply troubled. You see, the pharaoh's wife had just given birth to a baby boy, but the boy had been born without any hair. And in those days, having no hair on your head was a sign that you weren't very smart. In fact, the Egyptians believed that if a person had no hair, they wouldn't even be able to take care of themselves when they grew up. So the pharaoh decided that he needed a son who was smarter than the next guy. He went around the kingdom looking for a wife for his son, but everyone he came across had the same advice: get rid of the kid and find another one. But the pharaoh couldn't bear the thought of parting with his only child. He loved the boy very much and wanted him to be happy, so he made a decision. He would build a school where the smartest kids in the kingdom would come to learn, and his son would be the smartest kid of them all. The pharaoh announced to his people, "I will build a school, and whoever brings me the smartest child will get a reward." The whole kingdom was abuzz with excitement. Villagers started bringing their children to the school, and soon there were hundreds of kids running around the pharaoh's son, who was sitting on a throne and observing them all. Every day, the pharaoh's son would ask the other kids, "What do you know?" One day, a new student named Samir came to the school. Samir was an orphan who lived on the streets. He was a clever kid and had a great command of language. When the pharaoh's son asked him, "What do you know?" Samir replied, "I know that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west." The pharaoh's son thought for a moment. "That's not very smart," he said. "Let's move on." But then an idea struck him. He invited Samir to sit on his throne and said, "Ask them a question." Samir asked the other kids, "If I sat on this throne, who would I become?" They thought hard. "You would become the ruler of Egypt." One of them finally said. "Wrong," said Samir. "I would become the most powerful man in the kingdom." The pharaoh's son was stunned by the answer. As years passed, Samir continued to amaze the pharaoh's son with his wisdom. One day, the pharaoh summoned both Samir and his son and said, "I want you to rule Egypt after me. You are my heir apparent." The pharaoh's son was furious. "But I was born first." "Being born first doesn't make you the smartest," the pharaoh replied. "And being the smartest is what matters the most." The pharaoh's son was so angry that he wasn't going to listen. He stormed out of the court, got onto his chariot, and headed towards Samir's house to kill him. But when he arrived, he saw a group of kids playing outside. The pharaoh's son asked one of them, "Where's Samir?" "He's gone to the river to get water," the kid replied. The pharaoh's son knew that it would be easy to kill all of these kids, so he got back into his chariot and went to the river to kill Samir. When Samir saw the pharaoh's son coming toward him with a sword raised, he simply asked, "Can I have some water?" The pharaoh's son hesitated. "Why do you want water?" "Don't you know I'm here to kill you?" he asked. "Of course I know, but I'm thirsty and I would like some water before I die," Samir replied. The pharaoh's son was taken aback by Samir's composure. It had never occurred to him that someone wouldn't beg for their life. So he brought Samir back to the palace and made him a grand vizier. The two of them ruled Egypt together, and it became one of the greatest kingdoms the world had ever seen. The moral of the story is that you should always be true to yourself and stay calm in difficult situations. If the pharaoh hadn't kept an open mind, he might have missed out on making Egypt into a great kingdom. Do you think you would have made a different choice? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one. See you next time.